It's a new year and a new chance for you to make a fresh start with your compliance. For the next 31 days on the FCPA Compliance Report, we're going to be bringing you a daily tip, strategy, or idea that you can use to improve your program. Here's your host, Tom Fox, the Compliance Evangelist.
This month's sponsor of 31 Days to a More Effective Compliance Program is Affiliated Monitors. Founded in 2004, Affiliated Monitors provides professional, independent, integrity monitoring and ethics and compliance assessments nationally and internationally and across almost all industries. With its knowledge of effective ethics and compliance programs and cultures, Affiliated Monitors is respected for its work as the corporate monitor on matters ranging from multinational corporations to small and mid-sized companies and even individuals. Having served in over 750 monitorships, no one has more experience as an independent monitor than the team at Affiliated Monitors. For more information on how an independent monitor can help improve your company's ethics and compliance program, visit this month's sponsor, Affiliated Monitors, at www.affiliatedmonitors.com. AI for risk management and compliance, a new business advantage. One thing that is certain is that technology will improve the efficiency of compliance and will assist in the operationalization of compliance into the fabric of every business which embraces it. Business can blend technology-enabled insights with a sophisticated understanding of human judgment, reasoning, and choice to provide an advantage over their rivals. The compliance professional who incorporates the techniques into the organization's compliance program will not only move the compliance program forward, but will make their company more efficiently and at the end of the day, more profitably. The reason is simply that AI can make compliance more effective and more efficient, but in a knowledge economy, strategic advantages will increasingly depend on shared capability to make superior judgments and choices. AI is a step which weds the human interaction and experience with the data available to every company, its own internal information, which is most generally siloed in verticals and not being used. The data can provide the foundation for operations research, forecasting models, and AI. When you couple this data with the growing understanding of human judgment and reasoning and choice, which has provided insights into what humans do well or poorly, you can pair the best of the two seemingly disparate incongruities. You can use this strategy in an area which has the greatest benefit for your company, stating, the starting point for becoming an intelligent enterprise is learning to allocate analytical efforts where it will pay off the most. In other words, being strategic about the problems you tackle head on. The sweet spot for intelligence enterprises is where hard data and soft judgment can be productively combined. For the compliance professional, this translates to your greatest risk area. Consider the possibility that you could identify through forecasting what your highest risk might be, use AI to more efficiently, accurately, and assess the risk, then tie both an AI technological solution with a compliance subject matter expert to manage the risk going forward. The key in such a scenario is aiding the compliance practitioner to avoid judgmental biases that often distort human information processing by recognizing the precarious assumptions on which statistical models may sometimes rest. The analytical whole can occasionally become more than the sum of its parts. This means you should look critically at the variety of factors around where your compliance risks lie. Most compliance practitioners rely on the TI-CPI for a country's corruption rating. While the TI-CPI is a good starting point, it is only that, a starting point. A compliance analysis that is an area as high risk, medium risk, or low risk does not consider the starting assumptions using the TI-CPI. Moreover, because the index has been used so long, compliance professionals are biased towards and do not seek out other data which might provide a more nuanced approach. Another technique which I've been involved with is known as bootstrapping. Here, a group of subject matter experts would develop possible risks which could be assessed with a large amount of data or other inputs. By modeling the expert's knowledge in the risk areas, you can develop not only a more comprehensive forecast and assessment of risk, but it could be more assistant and would greatly help in your planning and risk management. Bootstrapping is most straightforward using a technological solution, a simple input-output approach to modeling expertise without delving into process models of human reasoning. Now consider how bootstrapping can be augmented by AI technologies that allow for a more complex relationship among variables drawn from human insights or mining big data sets within your organization. Consider all the data points in the life cycle of a business transaction which produce data for the compliance practitioner. When the business development person initially makes a call on a potential customer, when the request for RFP comes into an organization, when the response is formulated with pricing and discounted documents, during the subsequent contract negotiations, post-contract obligations for travel and training and continued business development, contacts with the customer, and of course, contract execution. Each of these steps can provide data which, taken singularly, might not raise red flags or even be outside company specifications, but taken as a whole, it might be a transaction which would lend itself to compliance oversight. Starting with a BD representative, what was the spend on gifts, meals, and entertainment? Even if the information is not available to the compliance department, it is available from employee reimbursement requests, so it can be used to take appropriate business deductions from the Internal Revenue Service tax reporting. From an FCPA perspective, it is the customer representative entertaining a foreign official under the FCPA? If so, what is the aggregate spend on any customer representative over a singular period of time? Moving on to any contract negotiations which might take place. Were there any discounts offered outside the standard discounting range? If so, were the discounts properly vetted through the internal company process? What was this process documented, and was there senior management sign-off in place? Did the customer suggest any use of third parties? These are but some of the data points that can be inputted and analyzed to determine if a compliance issue has arisen. But it also can provide a company with a wealth of information on its own internal efficiencies around the sales and corresponding processes. When the compliance function embraces AI and weds it with a human approach, it will lead to sustainable strategic business compliance and intelligence going forward. So what are today's 3 key takeaways? Well, number 1, and the most important, is use big data. Number 2, you must break through the silos that hold the data. And 3, greater use of data can lead to greater business efficiency and, at the end of the day, greater profitability for your business. I hope you will enjoy the entire month on innovation and compliance in this month's offering of 31 Days to a More Effective Compliance Program. If I could ask you to do so, would you pass on to at least one person this podcast series on the nuts and bolts of compliance, as I'm trying to expand my audience base for 31 Days to a More Effective Compliance Program. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow, where I take up another topic in innovation and compliance. Thanks again for listening. 31 Days to a More Effective Compliance Program is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.